Now you know who our guest is.
Right.
I didn't put the picture back on us, that picture tube thing.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Scotty Ray. It's 44 as we head for a high of 82 today.
Man, it feels good out there.
It does. Nice weather, sunshine for the next, to infinity. We have no chances of rain whatsoever, so if you're a deer hunter, this is not your year. Seed and feed's a little high, and we're hoping for big dews. There's people that's starting to really dump water and go out and try to throw it out with buckets on there.
Desperate.
Well, you can do what RW does.
What's he do?
Find somebody to buy a elk from, and then have them tie it down to 2 trees so you can shoot it.
I'm about convinced it's cheaper to go on a paid hunt out west than it is to hunt locally.
Well, by the time you buy your grass
It's cheaper.
seed, and now you got to buy water to take out
Fuel.
all that stuff.
And it used to be, and I know it's a lot about hunting has really, truthfully, all jokes aside, it's really not about what you go out and kill. It's about the camaraderie of going with your friends. That's truly what it's about, because you get to tell tall tales, and it's funny. And
that fish pitcher weighed 35 pounds. You should have seen the fish.
it was this big, and then when you walk up on it, a little bit
Shrinkage.
I had one shrunk one time on me. I would have bet you $100 bill. It come up over a ridge and the sunlight hit the horns. Man, it looked good. Whoa!
So it was right under a branch. Is that what you were saying?
And it was like, no, this can't be it. No, there's no way. And it does happen to the best of us.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, talking about hunting, and I don't guess he's been real good at it this year. He's just got one. But I heard that RW is trying to restockpile his casseroles.
Oh, so he needs more women.
Well, I mean, that's a prerequisite is to fill his freezer up. The poor fella doesn't have but one casserole.
Look, let me tell you something. I went to his house for
We
an
got
event.
sound.
And what was it? It was like 5 different people, 5 different ladies who had left banana puddings there that was trying to woo him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's a lady. Don't y'all think he's not a ladies' man in Clarkdale?
Yes, and he's got a passport to go into Clarkdale.
The only one
Clark
that rivals him with the ladies out there. Y'all have seen him at Sam's. I've seen him hitting on them. Judge T. Let's just go ahead and get down to this. He's like Casanova on aisle 3 in Sam's.
Yeah.
We watch
between
these
him
things.
and Chuck. And poor old Mike.
Chuck is, I hear, is almost chained down. Is the word that I hear.
Oh.
Somebody's got him corralled. Is what the word is.
Got correct.
We're going over Meridian's best bachelors that we know of. Yeah, we got sound.
Yeah, we got sound.
Check your phone there.
Yeah.
We do. Robbie's going to be with us.
Our little things are moving up and down. That don't always mean.
Don't get into that Trump story. I told you not to bring that up.
You know how it is. I mean,
Robbie, how in the world are you doing this day?
I am doing great. I'm doing great.
I thought he was going to come dressed up, but he isn't.
Robbie wears 2 hats. He works for the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. You're an investigator there, aren't you?
Yes,
Is that what you do?
Yes, sir.
You got promoted to that. You used to be patrol and then moved up.
Into investigations, into lieutenant.
What? Lieutenant? I didn't realize that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Angie's so proud. Angie said he can't act himself today on the TV.
How long you been married now?
Oh, gosh, you put me on the spot. She's going to kill me. So I'm going to say 16 years.
16 you're working on. And today's your birthday, I hear.
It is.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'll be 57 today.
I thought he was going to say he was 17. And
Well, I've got
I wish,
50 and Holden on my
50
sheet.
and Holden works for me, yeah.
Well, happy birthday. We hope
Thank
it's.
you, appreciate it.
What is she doing for you? You got any ideas?
Oh, there's something brewing. I'm not really
Like,
sure.
did she get
I
you
know
a-
we'll go eat.
Did you ask for a present? You got a
Oh,
prize?
absolutely, sure.
Well, see, I stopped getting presents at about 40. I ain't got
What
one
is a
cent.
present?
See, gift cards are great. Then you just go do whatever you want.
I go home to my wife every day, and she's a present.
Same,
That
same
was
here,
not
same here.
even fun. Suck up is
Yeah,
not the
same here.
howdy.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach y'all something.
I'm the one that's been married 40. How long I've been
See,
married?
you'd have
Oh,
been
wow.
out by now,
Yeah.
but
You better
no.
not get it wrong either. You better not get that.
Yeah, it's.
You better not get that.
Oh, wait a minute. This next month is 34 years.
That one lady
And
said,
Mister, I've been married 12 times and they won't allow me in the state to get married anymore.
I've been married 30 years too. Just not at the same.
Nick Lacey called me and he said, I can't give Odie any more marriage license.
I found her. I'm good. That's like this lady told Scotty Ray, said, you can't be married because you ain't never at home.
Right, yeah. I feel like I'm never home either.
And y'all kind of do what I do because, well, yeah, I'm chasing y'all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's lights.
Yeah,
Woo!
you're-
That's Scotty Ray.
Yeah, you're on the run way more than I am. Man. Yeah.
But it is fun. I will say that I enjoy what I do, and I work with a bunch of great guys at the sheriff's department and so many departments around. Good folks with that. Now, in a minute, we're going to talk about what you're up to there. That shirt that's over there. And if you hadn't been, we're going to find out more about it and what's behind the scenes and how long. Because I want to know more about this, how long it takes to put it together and things of that. It's a great fundraiser. It goes to help out the guys that do so much. Now, as we start looking around, what was the stories that were sticking out here? That ain't where I wanted to go. I talked about the cuddle law. Did you get into Iron Maiden? Anybody remember that group?
Yeah, I listened to Little Iron Maiden.
We got a problem now. The lead singer's dead.
So no more Iron Maiden.
66. He's gone.
66.
He was 66 years old.
Most of them guys are still living.
Look, it scared me when I found out that John Cougar Mellencamp was 74, and I said, "Do what?"
Yeah, right. That's got to be a hard life, though.
Oh, it's got to
It's
be.
got to be a hard life.
Yeah.
I mean, he went from hurt so good jumping on tables and
Right.
little pink houses to he needs a
Yeah,
cane.
he's not hurting so bad now.
Yeah, oh yeah, he is. I mean, it's like
I'm
when we
sorry.
went to the Riley Center and you saw Diamond Rio.
Yeah.
And it was like the Geritol band was back together.
Right.
Yeah. They didn't move much.
No, but I got to give credit for this person. If y'all saw your Brown, y'all remember him? He was just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
he still does it. And I don't know
Really?
how old Mark Miller is, but he ain't stopped yet. that boy's got some
Wow.
aerobatics about him. We mentioned a couple of days ago about a flight that went down, one of our jets that crashed. They have identified it was two ladies that was in the military that passed away in Washington State. With training exercise that crashed. It was U.S. Navy pilots. Lieutenant Commander Lindsay P. Evans, she was 31. She died in the crash. And Lieutenant Sierra N. Wildman, 31, also a naval flight aviator, were killed in that crash.
Man, that's terrible.
Took their lives. Oh, we certainly hate that. But we needed to tell who they were. It means a lot. You have to remember those who give all for our country, and that is part of that.
Yes, it is.
Have y'all ever been to I went to what I call a major game, and that was Mississippi State getting beat by somebody. I went to the stadium, and they lost then also.
You're not welcome back, are you?
Well,
That's bad luck.
it was almost like being at the 3-foot building. Have you been up there in them stadium seats? It was awful. I got there and had to go to the bathroom, and I held it for 2 hours. I wasn't walking back down.
Are you watching Mississippi State play right now?
Absolutely not, because
Well, I was wondering if that may have had something to do with it because they're not winning either.
But the World Series is where I'm going with this. And they say the ticket prices are going through the roof to go see these
really?
things. You know, you'll hear Super Bowl being $10,000 to watch a game.
Wow.
But my point on this is, I've been to that game, and it was much better at my house watching it on a television set than
see-
being there.
yeah.
You couldn't see anything.
Right.
You'd hear drums beating, and it'd be a speck.
Yeah.
You couldn't see
You know why they're charging so much?
because people keep paying it.
That's exactly right.
Hello.
Yep.
If you leave that stadium empty 1 year,
Yeah.
I bet they'll say,
Oh yeah. $15.
yeah.
Come on in. Hot dogs from $40.
Right.
It would scare me to think what a hot dog is.
I remember
yeah.
when the Aints tickets was $10.
Now, and-
They just wanted to beg you to come in and
Right.
see them.
Movie theaters are bad enough, you know.
And y'all know I don't drink. I am not a drinker. But the last time I took Dylan to Birmingham to see, what's his name? the guy that sang Cocaine. If you that
Right.
guy.
Not
I get
Bob
off
Dylan.
on 57 Chevys,
Yeah.
like the way you move me.
Right.
Him.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy next to us bought a beer, and it was $16.
Oh my lord.
Oh yeah, and it's probably a
And
little
that's
16.
been 8 years ago. So what does it cost now at a stadium like that to get
I
one?
think it's about the same, $15-16. I think
You
we
really
went-
got to be thirsty.
We went
Yeah,
to
no
ZZ
doubt.
Top.
Eric Clapton, that's
Eric
it.
Clapton. I went to ZZ Top. Me and Amy went with some friends, and I think I bought 3 beers. It was like $40, $40-something. And I was,
Oh, it's ridiculous. And
now
once
look,
they-
y'all
yeah.
sip this because it's got to last the whole
Right.
concert.
Once you get in there,
Oh.
you're trapped. Though.
But and
yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
World is the same way. A Coca-Cola,
Right.
$10 or better to get in a place like that. We do, and the reason I bring all of this up, leadership. Leadership is what drives our prices. Y'all be careful. Vote what your pocketbook can afford is my whole point. I ain't telling you who to vote for. I'm just telling you, educate ourselves. We'll be right back as we get into this. Robbie's got to tell it all.
Yeah,
we got
we'll find
flashlights. We'll get out a water hose if we have to make him talk. We'll be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Habo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we remind you about Hazardous Household Day.
Oh man, all your hazardous stuff, your oils, your gas, paint, any of that kind of stuff, fertilizers, aerosol cans, fluorescent bulbs. People don't think about that, but your fluorescent light bulbs are hazardous material.
And if you change your own motor oil and you put it back in the container, you can take and drop it off there. They'll take it and they'll put it in the big barrels for you.
That's right. Doesn't cost anything to have this dropped off.
It was a line there last year, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
Because it was raining. I remember that. It was a muddy parking lot. But this year, don't worry.
Now this is county residents.
Correct.
City does their own, and they had one not too long ago.
It kind of snuck up on us. We didn't know about it.
And this one is the county. You've got to live in the county to be able to drop this off. So they try. And I know they do at least one a year per. One for the city, one for the county. Sometimes they do 2, depending on demand. But I tell you, we Daniel Mabry, a.k.a. Oscar One, a.k.a. Garbologist, has done a great job with trash and illegal dumping and these hazardous material dump sites. He has really done a good job with the county.
Come visit with them. As we mentioned, this is what is coming up, is going on right now, as you'll see. 16 years of it. The Bailey Haunted House. You can go through and take a look around. Ooh, blackout. One night, November the 2nd.
Yeah, I got some fun stuff to share about that.
Tell us a little bit about all of this, what we're doing, and when is the next time it opens up? What days does it operate?
So it'll be open every Friday and Saturday in October and the first Friday, Saturday in November.
All right, we still got time to come.
Absolutely, and we encourage you to come join us.
Yeah.
Especially on a Saturday night. We've got some little extra things that happen on Saturday nights. So
Get a little bit closer to that there microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. All right. So, so Bailey Fire Department, like many other fire departments, and I'm just going to ramble until you stop.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, trick or treating is not what it used to be, and you know, for the community, which you know, volunteer over there, you know, we're there for the community. We're there for the people in our, that, you know, where we live, and Bailey started to do something years and years ago. Now, this is the 16th annual haunted firehouse. But even before then, quite some time before then, the station would bust a bale of hay. We would hang a couple of tarps so you couldn't see somebody standing behind them, and cassette tape. You know, when we would play some spooky music and have somebody laying in a fake coffin on the other side of the room holding a pumpkin full of candy. All the kids had to do was walk over there and get it. And of course, you know,
And that was Billy Solly, wasn't it?
Yeah. but that's really kind of how we started, was to give the kids in the community somewhere safe and controlled where they could come and do some trick or treating and come get candy. And from there it evolved. And Odie can remember this. From there, we had a
Black
little
plastic.
Yes, we had a little joint venture before the haunted firehouse. We had the haunted trail.
Oh, the haunted trails.
Remember
yes.
Pat Harrison?
Yeah.
For years with Martin Fire Department, we had the haunted trail, and we run that. We run that for some years, and it was a hayride through a haunted trail. And from there, that kind of fizzled out on the Pat Harrison side, and then we started. Of course, Jason Combs is a critical part of this whole thing.
He sort of likes it, doesn't he?
He was doing some other stuff outside of the fire department too. If y'all remember, years ago, the old Bell South building downtown was a big haunted house, and that was Jason, and I participated in that as well. But we brought that to Bailey because we were wanting to do something every Halloween for the kids in the community anyway, and it just evolved into a fundraiser, and it started off very minor. We might have, a couple hundred people come, and now it's evolved into
How many
Thousands of people come in here.
Could you put a number on it? What do y'all think comes each year? Is it 5,000, 10,000?
Oh boy, I should have done the numbers before I got here this morning. It's
huge.
So for example, last Saturday night we had almost 800 people.
That's a lot of folks.
That's one night.
Like a few shy of just right. But now, the earlier in the month, our numbers are not that big. But the closer to the end of the month, our numbers go higher.
It's that time of year.
So we'll have between 800 and 1,000 people, especially on Saturday nights when you don't have the home ball games and other things going on. It's thousands. I don't know how to.
Now, you don't get number one haunted house in the state of Mississippi, top 4 in the United States, by being just a come in and say boo.
Right.
This is a well-oiled machine.
Let me ask this as you bring that up. What's the scariest you've ever seen someone?
Oh my gosh.
How would you describe that person?
I can't say certain things on the radio. So
Number one and number 2.
Yes, I will use number 1 and number 2. Lots of number 1 and some of number 2.
That's scared.
There's some number
yeah.
3 and some number 4 too.
Well, now, we had one guy that I'll never forget that ended up walking. Look,
We
they
don't know
kept
how
this
that
panel.
footprint got up there, Odie.
He walked up there, and he came down, and about 5 minutes of beating and banging in my scene, Robbie and Bo come around the corner. Are y'all okay? And I said, no, we're not okay. This guy's got to go. He was scared. His buddies was laughing, said he ain't coming with them no more. And Robbie said, do you want out? And he goes, yes. So, and you never get out of character. We had
Right.
to take our mask off so he would calm down to even walk out the door.
Wasn't
And
Ben
it's-
on the floor where he been trampled to?
Yes. And poor Ben was up against the wall. He had no idea what was happening. And when Robbie opened the door and he saw this whole crowd of people and what was lights, he took off running, hit 495, and I don't think we've ever found
I don't know where he went, but he left. He
running.
Like Elvis, he was out. He was out of the building.
Oh, it's a long story. We'll have to go into that one day. But Yeah, he was not real good. I don't think he's ever been back.
Right. But so we
Do y'all sell tickets in advance, or do you just do it once you get there?
just once you get there. Now, during COVID, we had a little an app, if you will, kind of where you could purchase them online, and then your ticket dictated when you could come, and that was a disaster. But
Nightmare.
it worked. It was our way of trying to manage COVID best we could.
Right.
But no, you pretty much you will buy them at the station
wrong with that.
once you get there. So,
Now, you know, we always talk about what we do with our money when we raise it, and how we use that money to better our community. What Bailey's doing with this money is unique more than any other fire department out there. And talking about rebuilding for your community,
Sure.
what does this money for Bailey go for in the community?
right. So for years, Bailey Fire Department number one, the station number one on 493 next to the post office, was the first ever dedicated fire station in Lauderdale County for the county. In their district, and I'd have to have Stanley here to tell me the exact.
He delivered mail
the
there.
exact geographical area. Yeah, he did. He was on a wagon, but yeah, he's not listed. I hope. But anyway, but I know we went all the way over to Sicalina. Of course, we go from Meridian city limits to Kemper County, north to south, and then we go over to Old PSD for just a small portion. East, and then west we go to a portion on Allen Swamp, and then we go all the way to Pine Springs, almost to Pine Springs Circle. And that's just a little tiny road right there. So we have a large district. Well, anyway, that station was built, or they started building it in 1962.
It's been a
And
spell.
it was a foundation built block, cinder block building. And in time, that foundation has settled and our block walls have started to crumble and separate. So we are in need of a new fire station. So that is the majority of the monies that we have raised through this will go towards building a new station, which is under construction right now.
And this is not a cheap deal, and
No.
this is money that's
Right.
not being spent out of the taxpayer's pocket.
That
this
is correct.
being raised for
That
people
is
wanting to
correct.
have fun. So
You know, fire departments, we get some insurance rebate money from the state, and it can be utilized for equipment and training. But it's earmarked for certain things. You can't just use it on anything. But that money's is something that we try to hold in a separate account. And Odie, you understand this, but we have to be careful how we spend that money.
Yeah.
So in order to do what we need to do and what we want to do, we have to fundraise, as any other fire department does. We have to fundraise. But we are blessed to have this, and it's turned into what it has. To be able to raise money like we do to build a new station.
More coming up as this Tuesday. Yeah, I had to think what day it was.
Yeah, something like that.
You were Scotty Ray Report. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with
here
Odie.
we are.
My travels took me to 5th Street yesterday. You go, what?
Again?
It did. You're not going to believe this, but the same location that I've been to over and over.
You're going to get you an apartment over there.
It looks that way. I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to slide this across. This was on scene here. And why was I there? Well, let me get over here. Here's the scene there. As Meridian police officers arrived on scene, this time, and this is the 3 or 4 times it's happened. Wow. This person enters the store, starts shoplifting, and then instead of just walking out, pulls a gun and points it at the cashier, which changes the whole thing from being just a shoplifting episode to an armed weapon. Now, of course, as I left the scene, that's where it was. As daylight hits, they've had time to go back and review video. Anything can change, but without a doubt, Meridian Police Department was there. Possible, and I worded it, possible robbery. They could go back and change this again to just shoplifting if they so choose so. But something went on there. Again, they didn't take cash this time, but it was an incident that happened there. And fortunately, as many times as this place has been hit, there's been no violence yet.
Right.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it's just getting to be too common at that location.
It's been a hot spot.
It has been. And if y'all remember years ago, we all used to go there when it was a restaurant.
Right.
Oh,
Camera.
Friday was rib day,
Right.
too?
Yeah.
Man.
And of course, it's changed since then. As we go from there, and let's just show what happened last night, I-20, while it was shut down. It was a bad incident that occurred last night to where 18-wheelers going down the highway, somebody stops, he bumps it, and then his rig flips. The car behind it stops, gets rear-ended by someone else, and they go off in the road. As we go here to take a look.
Oh, wow.
This is the truck turned upside down on the interstate last night. What is this stuff that's in there, Odie?
That's diafluoromethane.
Yeah, you want to translate that for me?
And we call that simple name of methyl ethyl death. You want to make sure that whatever's in that tank stays in that tank. And of course, those intermodal tanks, I mean, man, they're tough as woodpecker lips. It's hard to bust. And what?
Woodpecker
Lips.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Well, I mean, you think about a woodpecker. I mean, the way they beat on trees all day long and it doesn't hurt their lips, that's tough. And that's the way.
I've heard examples, but I ain't never heard that before.
But those tanks, I mean, they are built to withstand. They're bulletproof, and but you still have to take precautions. So
Sure.
Simmons comes out. Of course, it took 3 rotators to get this thing picked up, and had to be rolled over to inspect the bottom side of that tank to make sure that nothing's going to be able to leak out, and
That's the
get
camper that
everything
was
cleaned
involved.
up. And it wasn't the truck, and it wasn't the camper that everybody was worried about, but it was that 1967 convertible Firebird that was inside there.
Man, that was a beautiful car. And he was a pastor, and extremely nice. They had just left cruising the coast, and everybody was fortunate in that accident last night, y'all. We just can't be blessed enough on that. But boy, we had the men and women, the volunteers that came out to this, jumped to the occasion, got there, halted traffic. We even had somebody deal with a cow half the night. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more about it. He's an expert.
I'm still waiting on the video.
Somewhere over Marion, Mississippi, we had a trooper, 1,000-pound cow out in the road. He petted it till the owner could show up, and
I'm going to stay here with it.
did anybody ever bring him a Subway sandwich?
Well, he had some beef.
But that was what the excitement. How long was? And let me say this. This ended up because when we first got there, it was expected this could be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of a shutdown.
This was right at 3.5 hours to get everything cleaned up, and then another 15 minutes to really get the road opened.
So about half the time.
4 hours, 4 hours. And I tell you, and this isn't just a regular cleanup. This was something that had to be slow, precise, methodical. And when you've got the equipment to do that, it makes it so much easier.
Now, here's the next thing that you always worry about is a secondary wreck, and yep, it happened.
Yeah.
As we had troopers come to the back of the line where everybody was getting off there at mile marker 160, we had 3 vehicles, a U-Haul, 18-wheeler, and a car involved with, and it wasn't serious. It was bump, 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 bump. It could have been a lot worse.
Right.
But sometimes people are moving too fast and it becomes tragedy. But on that it was small, thank heavens. The key to that was getting off at 160, going up 80, and then jumping back on the interstate at 165.
Yeah, and getting on there. And here's the thing. If you see where the interstate is shut down and you're diverted to the exit, that doesn't mean to cross over and get back on the on-ramp and get back on the interstate again. Because you'll be like some of the people last night that actually got stuck in between there when we went to shut the interstate down where we were at the scene to get everything cleaned up. We don't block the interstate unless it absolutely has to be blocked.
Right.
We want traffic moving, whether it's one lane or both lanes. But if we shut down the interstate, I promise you it's for a real good reason. So some of those people got stuck in the middle and wondered, well, why do I have to just sit here now for 3 hours while y'all clean this up? Because you jumped around the barricade and tried to get back on the interstate.
Don't work that. Let me ask this, Robbie. Yes. As a police officer, and I'm sure during your course of time you've had to do some chasing, some footwork. At what point as a police officer do you go, I just, I am not going to chase you anymore. I'm going to let the new guy do that.
Last week. No, the older you get, the wiser you get.
You're right.
Kind of thing,
I'm going to take the car and go around the block. Well, last night.
I'll meet you on the other
That's right. Work smart, not hard.
That's
right.
it.
We had a situation last night in the city limits of Meridian, and yes, it was a foot chase.
Awesome.
Boogie there. Here we go. This would be right over 55th Avenue in Arthur, which would be sort of west of Chino's, where San Marcos is. Went to make a traffic stop. I'm just saying, let's use the word allegedly, might have had 3-4 bags of that green stuff.
Mary J. Warner.
Yeah, the stuff I smelled
green
downtown this weekend, it would have. I mean,
You got a contact buzz just by going downtown. Is that what you're saying?
Nobody in the city can be drug tested for 2 weeks. I'm just saying that.
Right.
But we had a chase last night. In the end, they caught him, I think, over on 56th Avenue. It was a lady. I got a message that he just ran through my yard.
Oh, wow.
And here come the popo. And they did arrest this person. I'm not sure of what all the charges are going to be, what they'll be charged with. But one person taken off the streets that was obviously doing something that they shouldn't have been doing.
Right.
As we look at that, boy, times are changing. You just. I don't even know where to go with that, but times are changing of how the general public feels toward police and what they respect, and then what they will try to get away with now. The bar is just pushed and pushed, and sometimes things are illegal. They still do it in front of officers.
And then they get perturbed when they get caught.
For sure.
Yeah.
Why you get me?
Those aren't my pants.
Yeah, those aren't my pants. I'm just wearing them. I don't know how that got in the pocket.
like this morning, there was a case of road rage that came through Meridian. Two 18-wheelers that couldn't get along, and they thought they'd just do this with each other. That's dangerous. We'll be right back. We got some history to do. We're going to test Robbie, see how well he is at this. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to learn something together.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Accidents happen. I should know. So if that deer jumps out in front of you, go see the professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Chet can help you navigate the confusing world of insurance. From that insurance-provided photo estimate to the right to choose the body shop of your choice. And from a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. Chet is my shop of choice. I hope he's yours too.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good and reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And of course, Robbie's in with us this morning as we talk about the fire department. Did any of y'all, and it was probably the coolest one, the one that had Billy Bob Thornton in it, the Alamo. Did y'all watch that?
Oh, I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah, man, he played that part. They got ready to get him at the end. He goes, I'm just going to warn you, I'm a screamer. He took it for Texas, folks.
Well, there's a lot of screamers that we see here.
Oh, man.
And as that happened, something would happen in our nation's history. A guy named Sam Houston was called to action to track down the old boy that caused all that at the Alamo, and he would chase him. And he would be very strategic of how he did it and waited. And then when he struck, it was hardly a battle. He won it in 17 minutes. It was all over. And it was a little speck of land, and they went ahead and named it after him. Put a big city there called Houston, Texas.
Wow, that's cool.
Sam Houston, upon this date back in 1836, was elected the president of the Republic of Texas before it became part of the United States. Sam Houston was a mighty, mighty man back in his day.
Sounds like it.
Do a little history reading. It's just, boy, we had some brave folks in the history of our nation.
Had to.
I kind of like that.
Today, we don't have much like that now.
Do y'all remember a guy? He
Safe
was.
space.
Sometimes you got to go there, Odie.
Right.
Do you remember the guy that used to be the greatest trickster in the world? You could dump him in a barrel of water and he'd come out wearing a straitjacket free.
All but one time.
True.
Yeah.
Harry Houdini.
That's all it takes.
Did you know that he was sucker punched in a hotel room by a boxer? Did you know about all that?
No.
I've not heard that.
What they say, he died nine days later, and it was caused from that punch. It must have been a heck of a punch that was involved in that.
Wow.
So just food for thought there.
Don't get away.
This fits into your world. Name back in the 30s. What were some of the biggest criminals that you've ever heard of?
Oh my gosh, you're dating the era. You know, I think Bonnie and Clyde. That's
They were
probably
there.
You know, and of course you're coming out of the Billy the Kid and all the Western. You know, moving into the more.
What did they say in the movie? Not the livestock.
Right.
Pretty Boy Floyd. Now, I'm referring to the movie that was filmed here.
Yeah.
Pretty Boy Floyd was taken out by the FBI on this date back in 1934, and he was a big-time criminal.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He reminded me of that guy from that movie. My hair.
Oh yeah.
He played that part. George Clooney really.
That's
Oh,
that
brother,
Dapper
where
Dan.
art thou?
Dapper Dan. That's all you get, Dapper Dan.
Yeah, that's it.
I had 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Well, we were cuffed together, and I couldn't tell you the truth.
Right.
Here it is. This is one of our all-time favorite guys that we all watch. I think Odie was really one of them.
He could have been. Still may be.
Man, yeah.
Lester.
Oh, wow.
There he is right there.
Yep.
But
yep.
just like Greg.
And I didn't know that they were actual brothers. I had no idea about that.
I didn't either.
So, get out of here.
Yeah, I'll still watch them every once in a while.
It's fun, isn't it?
My wife just comes in there and looks at me like I'm crazy.
I remember back I think this was during the early 80s, and I'd watch the show and go, wow, he needs a bath. He needs a bath really bad. And then we would learn to see him in other parts as a professor, and then he would also be, what did he play that Cousin It show, the Addams Family?
Oh, was he Uncle Fester?
Yeah, Uncle Fester.
He played that. There he is. The doctor, Doc
He
Brown.
is a great actor.
Somebody said the other day, or I read or heard somewhere, that in the Back to the Future was like now.
Yeah. It was
Like
this
this year?
2015 was the actual year that we had it.
Well, now there was 2024 may have been in there.
Back to the
It
Future.
was one of them.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere they were talking about it the other day.
Huh, interesting. As we go, this girl was like it on a stick. She was like
Yeah.
a poster girl. People loved her. And she hung out with, what was his name that was always her side? He a little short fella. Frankie Avalon. That was
Yeah.
his name. But he was a little fella there. As we go back to remember Annette Funicello. Didn't she go on to be like Miss Florida and for the oranges and stuff, be a spokesperson
Yeah,
for the
I'm
state
not
of
sure.
Florida?
She may have been.
Seems like it. Seemed like I was a kid. We made a
Fresh
trip.
squeezed, maybe. I don't.
Leave it to Odie
I was
to
talking about the oranges.
run a moment there. Anybody watch Jurassic Park? Y'all remember that TV
Yeah.
show?
Oh, yeah.
What about this? Was probably Independence Day with Will Smith. Y'all remember that movie?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
that
Had the
was an excellent
cigar.
movie, Yeah,
That was good,
The cigar he lit right at the end there, or whatever. Yeah,
That guy. His
Y'all
name was
remember-
Jeffrey
Oh,
Goldblum.
yeah.
The Fly,
No,
yeah.
I didn't watch
the
it.
original The Fly.
the original.
He was in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That show really bothered me. I remember them eyes, and I thought,
Oh yeah.
ew.
Oh, when I was a kid, huge sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I couldn't watch it. I'm glad you. This has
Oh, that was.
Hot Shots. Did y'all ever watch that where it made fun of every Stallone movie there ever was?
I fell for you like a blind roofer.
Charlie Sheen at his best. Y'all remember when he put the olive on her stomach and he
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that one.
Oh, that was good.
and then he goes, was it which one were they trying to get at the end there where they it was just funny. If you've never watched Hot Shots and Hot
Yeah.
Shots Dukes, go back and watch that.
You got to.
It good stuff there. Liked it a whole lot there. This is right up Odie's alley of music choices. He's got a birthday today. He was born in '68.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh yes,
shit.
you do. It wasn't
I've heard
me.
some of his.
You come in singing. It
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
me.
yeah. It wasn't me.
Odie's favorite artist.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Basically, the
But
best.
she called me on the camera.
Oh,
wasn't
Jesus.
me.
What I determined from that song was somebody was cheating, and he wasn't giving in.
That's right.
She had video evidence. Wasn't
Wasn't
me.
me.
Sunshine on my shoulder.
Oh, it makes me happy. Yeah.
See, everybody can sing it.
That's right.
John Denver released
Wow.
that today back in 1973. Everybody wants a shirt like that. They just hadn't got them yet at the store.
They can't find.
I'm pretty sure my mom has one of those of me when I was a kid somewhere. With some corduroy pants on.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, really?
But, every time I think of John Denver, I have to think of George Burns and him going, oh, God. If you
Right.
never, he was like the manager of the A&P, and God kept visiting him in the store. That was good
man.
stuff.
That was a perfect character
Match.
to play God. Oh, I mean, it was.
And then, when we got into, what was those newer movies that had Morgan Freeman playing
Morgan
God?
Right,
Freeman
yeah,
with Evan
Adam.
Almighty.
Evan Almighty.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's a
That
good
was
thing. Yeah.
between those two right there. You couldn't have picked anybody else.
And
to play
then you
God.
got the, of course, it's a different actor, but the Book of Eli.
The who, what now?
Book of Eli.
With one of our favorite actors.
Y'all lost me.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
No, he played in Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Oh, Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington, wasn't it?
What movie?
Something. The Book of Eli.
Oh, yeah, the Book of Eli was good. And then I didn't know at the end that he was blind.
Right.
I had no clue.
Nobody did. I mean,
He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also another movie, wasn't it, that had John Candy, not the John that used to be in there with Roseanne as a senator.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
That was Evan Almighty.
That was Evan Almighty. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like it. And the llama that spit on the woman.
It was at Gopherwood.
She's a lady down. I remember I was in Quitman, Mississippi, y'all. I remember being in Quitman at a party when this song hit number one. I remember the year. It was 1984. Alabama had a number. It was 83.
83.
Lady Down on Love.
Wow. Yeah.
Brad Holloman were running around together back then.
Great
Y'all-
man. Yeah.
Yeah, sure liked that a whole bunch. The following year, Alabama would have another hit. as it kept going. There's a fire in the night. Do y'all remember that song?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And they were like on fire in the 80s. Alabama was it.
Yeah.
21 number ones in a row.
Wow.
And it would be Tar Top that ruined it, and rightly so. It was a horrible song.
Now, I know you like this guy. Do you have any glasses like that?
No, I can't say I do. He had that song "Blowtorch in the Window."
See, I don't know that.
Torch in the window.
Candle in the wind, or Candle in the Window. What was it?
Candle in the Wind.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. There he is. There. What did he do?
I was going to say, speaking of blowtorches, we may have some blowtorches out in the woods somewhere.
Y'all don't scare me.
Things to go bump in the night.
But he sold out Madison Square Gardens 26 times. 1988.
I mean, I'll give him his due. He's one heck of an artist.
He's talented.
Yes.
One of the funniest guys. Did anybody ever watch Fletch Lives?
Oh, man, yeah.
How about Blazing Saddles?
Oh, yeah.
He was the
Classics.
sheriff.
Right, classics.
Yep.
There he is. Cleveland. He died so young. He was like 50 or 51. He had a heart attack and died.
Man, that's
And
terrible.
and that part that he played with Fletch Lives, he was an FBI agent undercover.
Right.
The guy was funny.
He was.
If you played Blazing Saddles today,
Oh, you'd be run out of town.
Oh, yeah, it'd be
but
terrible.
imagine the people who would have to go find a safe space.
It would be. But it was
People
good.
would be
Oh, right.
devastated.
Mel Brooks, and when you get into what was Men in Tights?
Yeah, the old
maybe,
Robin
yeah.
Hood.
Robin Hood, Men in
Oh,
Tights.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Or either what was that Mel did with the beginning of time? Remember the fellow was
Which
on the
summer, Willis?
airplane and he threw the Coke bottle out and it hit the.
I didn't watch that one.
Golly, y'all know what I'm talking about out there.
Yeah.
Any of those.
Odie got channels
people-
the rest of us didn't
yeah.
get.
People would not know what to do. They could not cope with the movies we grew up on. I mean, look, people getting mad because the Roadrunner pulled the coyote off of a cliff and he hit his head in a rock fell.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different time.
That's definitely different.
You know,
Like when you can't see Belvedere. Old Belvedere, where are you, boy?
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
poor old Pepe Le Pew can't even find a girlfriend no more.
Yeah, baby. It's Pippi.
The gods must be crazy. Thank you.
Nobody else watched it.
Oh yes,
No,
they did.
I
That
remember.
was you.
I ain't never heard
You
of
need
that.
to go watch it. It was fun.
I'm gonna get Greg on him.
Right. You
Greg
have
saw
to.
it twice.
2012.
Greg saw it twice.
Lance Armstrong would be stripped of his title. Why? Ooh, you can't be doing that. They got him today. Just not fair to others to do stuff like that.
Well, you know, I mean, he passed his urine test, and what he was doing was taking his blood while he was in his rest period and reoxygenating it, and then putting it back in. So his blood was more oxygenated than anybody else, and he was more peppy in the step, and he was
Like I
able to
said,
go.
they took his title away from him today.
They did what he did. I'm not defending him. What he did was illegal, but they kept testing him, and he was nothing in his system, and they kept wondering how is he getting away with it.
They asked the same thing about the guy that broke out of Meridian PD jail. How'd he do that?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't any locks. Whoops. We go back to 2021. Anybody remember watching Bosom Buddies? Y'all remember that show? Tom Hanks, one of his first big shows.
I saw it, but changed the channel.
Y'all remember watching Bob Newhart?
No,
He was
never
on there
saw that
also.
one either.
Yeah.
Peter Scaloro, if I pronounced his last name correctly,
Works
passed
for
away
me.
today. He would be on. There was a comedy situation, and then also he was the straight-laced guy on Newhart. He died today. I think he was also in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, one of those
Oh, yeah.
episodes.
No,
So,
that wasn't
maybe.
him.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that
He
wasn't.
wasn't a guest appearance on there?
Well, now he
He
wasn't,
wasn't the
the
main
scientist.
part.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think he was in it somewhere.
Seems like it.
All right.
Anyway, that's a little walk down in history today of a few things that occurred. We'll be right back. We got more stuff to talk
Y'all
about.
just hang in there.
Yeah, we ain't done yet. We'll be right back.
With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler? or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles, a GMC Denali, or a 2024 Silverado 2500. Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Hey, we're
Welcome back. Don't forget, this is coming up this weekend. It's going to be a big time. The Holiday Extravaganza Gift Show. Be at the Lauderdale County Agri Center. Gets underway Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Jack is coming on out with those sausage dogs.
And you better get there early because it doesn't matter how many he's got. He's going to end up selling them all pretty quick. Get down there, the best sausage dogs you can get. And Christmas. How many days? Look, you can buy every single thing you need for your family for Christmas at this one stop. You won't have to fight these big box stores. You won't have to worry about if you're getting anything that's going to help local. This will help our local people, our local businesses, and we're waiting 63 days until Santa Claus comes down your chimney. And you can get everything you need right here at the Holiday Extravaganza.
This year we're trying to get Odie to read us that it was a tight before Christmas.
It was the night before Christmas.
That was probably one of the best things that I've ever seen.
It was.
Love that little song. We go to Neshoba County next for a serious subject. As the Sheriff's Department moved in yesterday, and they seized some animals. It was several pups. I'm not going to leave this up on the screen long. I'm just going to show you as a point of being malnourished as this pup here. And there was a lot worse than this.
That could not defend for himself.
Correct.
Chained down, had to rely on someone to give him food and water, and they failed to do that and take care of him physically.
So I'm glad that the Sheriff's Department moved in and do that. And if you ever see that, report that. Contact a local agency so they can do something to help that out. We had some cows almost get loose yet. Well, okay,
we got one cow that got out last night.
No word yet if it's the cow from Scott County. But, well, this wasn't supposed to be parked there.
No, that doesn't work.
Yeah. That was at Scott County on I-20. Truck ran off, went into the median. Nobody was hurt or anything, but still the same. It was.
That is a dangerous situation because livestock is a very important deal. And when these trucks stop like that on a hot day and no wind flowing, these livestock can die. And you have to be very careful. You've got to find a way to cool these things off. So that's a hectic situation when you see a bull hauler stopped.
So why was everybody standing in front of MCC yesterday? Well, we've got the answer for you. You ask. It was a boom boom. We had an accident there in between that car, and let me scan back over here to this side here, and this car. Meridian Fire Department showed up to help out with this, Meridian PD, and of course, the great folks there at MCC Police were on scene. Yeah. Some minor injuries involved with that as someone was crossing the road. It happens all the time. It's that's why they call them accidents. Right. But thankfully, no major injuries involved with that. Had another one, a medical emergency yesterday, because a lot of people come by and said, I don't see any damage. It was a medical emergency here on 23rd, right by the dentist office. Someone, kind of like a blood sugar type situation, and they came to help out. Somebody bumped the back of a car. And it, again, was not serious, but one of those things, scary. If you're involved in it, it's bad. I didn't know the governor was coming to Meridian yesterday.
The governor?
Nobody got the memo.
And he didn't come see us?
No, we didn't know about it. But he headed on down to MSU yesterday. Is the speech there had a ribbon cutting that happened yesterday. So
they getting a new football team?
No, they can't. They can't even buy that. They're trying, but they're expanding everything in Meridian. You get a good education.
That's right.
That's right.
Down by the gift shop is where that was held there on next to the Riley Center.
Right.
Talking about cows, you can get some good cheese from Mississippi State.
Yes. Sure.
Oh, that is. They do have
Yeah.
a big cow department up there.
Yeah.
If you are going to be a vet, that is like the school to go.
Right.
Do they still have a cow with the glass stomach?
I don't know.
I don't know if they still do or not.
I don't know about that.
Huh.
Does Ole Miss still have, if you're planning on drinking,
They
is that
still got
the
the
best
marijuana
college to go
farm.
to?
Yeah. They still got the marijuana farm. The only federally legal marijuana grow facility in the country is at Ole Miss.
Really?
I know that.
It is almost like Fort Knox.
Wow.
It is heavily guarded.
I bet.
Learning.
That's where all of your scientific trial and testing and all that is done. Is at Ole Miss. Talking about Ole Miss, I need to give a thank you to Bob. Bob checked on me last night while we was working that wreck. And so, Bob, thank you for checking on me. He's my hotty-toddy buddy there, but thank you for doing that.
Had to check on Jody Pennington and the guys. They had a fender bender there on Highway 494. Whoop, we got a minivan and another car that got kind of messed up there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, those happen. No serious injuries involved with that. But
That's a good
little
old
fender
guy.
bender.
I
So-
like some sheriff. Now.
When we get back to getting scared, what's it cost us to come get scared? Tell us a little bit more about that, Rob.
So general entry is $15. Fast pass is $25.
Now, what's a fast pass?
So fast pass is just a shorter line and gets you in the door quicker, so you can avoid the majority of the crowd.
Pay a little more, get faster
Yes,
service.
Absolutely. When we get really, really busy, which we were Saturday night, I want to say the kind of average wait in line was 3 hours.
Say what?
3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So we'll go to
when
the
you-
fast pass. We
So,
got you
yeah.
on the 11th floor. I think we can get you in here. There's no heights.
And
I think
anywhere-
we can get you in here.
Yeah, even in the fast pass line, at some point when the fast pass line starts to get longer, you could be in line for 45 minutes to an hour.
I did not
What you
know
say
any
this
of this.
weekend we try it out?
No, I'll go out and do some video, and I'll
Yeah, you
talk
need
to
to
those
come.
who come out.
But the
Right.
best way to video is from the inside. We had
Oh, it is.
Netflix come and
Absolutely.
do
Yes.
video there. It
We
was
had
awesome.
Netflix, the entire East Central
Championship football team.
came.
Now you talking about some big old people laying on the ground
We've got,
screaming, and the other players is pulling them out because they were so
We had a
scared.
couple of van loads of
That big old bus showed up.
naval.
NAS?
They were NAS students. I don't know what capacity, but we had a couple of vans of them come out. At some point, we'll have a coach bus from somewhere. Never fails.
Oh, they come from out of town.
They will
I'm going
come.
like Florida,
What about,
Arkansas.
What about
Well,
parking?
So parking, we are blessed to have great neighbors. Miss Joyce, namely.
Yes, George Cook. has been
Yes,
awesome.
Miss Joyce, we could not do what we do without the help of our neighbors. They are tolerant, they are patient, and they are helpful. So we do have a pasture across the street from the station. Our side of the road can hold 100 cars, but at some point we need extra room, and we have been blessed to be allowed to use a pasture across the street.
Oh, that's
And it'll
good.
hold
Yes.
1,000 cars over there.
Yes.
And without the rain, you don't have to worry about one
Right.
section being closed off because you might
right,
get stuck.
Right.
Even
right.
better there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what time will activities start on Friday?
So, of course, we get started much early, but the doors open at 7 o'clock. And that's kind of hit or miss depending on technology and how things go. But we try to start at 7, and we will roll until midnight. However, if you are in line by midnight,
you can still go.
we still go. We do not stop until the last guest.
Person is scared.
Right, the last person is scared through the door. But we do stop allowing new customers to come on property at midnight, so 7 to midnight. So,
Come on out. It's going to be good, and people getting taken care of. It goes to a great benefit to help
Right.
the fire department save lives, is what this
yes,
is
sir,
about.
absolutely. We use the funds for training, equipment, obviously towards the station. We do water rescue. We've got some other things going on. Hopefully, me and Odie will be talking here soon about some stuff we're going to do with that.
Yes.
We've had the only watercraft on Lake Tibby Reservoir other than Game and Fish and Army Corps, but we actually can get on the lake, and if somebody's in some kind of event or something out there on the water,
hung on a stump,
or something more unfortunate,
or the bottom,
or something more unfortunate, we have the capabilities of getting on the water. We have people that are trained for that. We've recently dedicated, if you will, or donated or passed along some watercraft that we had to Lima, and then we've recently purchased a boat that we're going to kind of get ready to have
that is, and
as well. So.
You know, our dive team has flourished. Dedicated people. We have really built this team solid, and thank you to Bailey. We've now got 2 Sea-Doos that are Kawasaki's that are part of our arsenal. It's been a huge blessing and really developed our team. And now with y'all's boat and assist y'all with what we can with it, we're going to have top water, underwater. We'll be able to cover any waterways in Lauderdale County and surrounding area with that. And we've been blessed working with Bailey, and thank y'all for everything y'all have done for Lima.
Absolutely.
Good stuff
awesome.
there.
Man, yeah.
We got any birthdays?
We do.
Who's having a big
We
old
got,
birthday? Oh, wait a minute. It's this
we
guy.
We got that right there. He's holding at 50. He said
That's right.
57. We're going to say holding at 50.
Not like my wife's 29.
Yeah, that's right. And Holden, she's not. She's there. And then we got Michael Hemrick with Meridian Police Department's having a birthday today. 39 years young
Happy
today.
Birthday.
Ethan McKee.
Really? Did not know
We got.
that.
Look at that. There's 3 cousins right there.
Dang.
33. Tiffany Bold. Buddy Cole is 70. John and Carrie Buckley is having an anniversary. And we missed a birthday Sunday. Sarah Ollie McDonald, 95 years young.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Man, that
I gotta
is
give
awesome.
I got to give credit where credit is due. McDonald's done an excellent job of answering a question, as we've all seen the pictures of Donald Trump working there. It all kind of started over Kamala. Did she or did she not work for McDonald's?
Right.
And they rode the fence, and they say, look, we don't get into politics. We sell hamburgers. We appreciate Donald Trump feeding and doing that, and we appreciate Kamala saying that she worked here.
Right.
But our records only go to X amount of years back. It never said she didn't work here, and they stayed politically away from it, which was smart.
It was, and they said we've give this opportunity to Kamala.
Yeah.
And the same opportunity. He's the only one that took up on it, but we're here to support everybody.
You can read their statement, and it was a good and I appreciate them the way they handled that. There's a lot of times restaurants try to get political, and it makes you go, I don't know if I want to eat here.
Right.
But they handled that very good. A big thank you. Robbie, we can't thank you enough for coming in this morning telling us about everything.
Well,
Be safe on the streets with what you do.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate y'all very much, and we invite everybody to come out to Bailey Haunted Firehouse this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and also every other weekend the rest of the month. Through November 1st and 2nd. November the 2nd, the last Saturday of our season, will be a blackout night.
What's that mean?
So blackout night means that all the effects, all the lighting, whether it be strobes or colored lights or whatever, is turned off. They are unplugged, and they will not be working that night. And every group, regardless of size, will get one tiny little light. I mean, it's a piece of crap light. It's a tiny little thing. It's like a Temu light. But
Got a box for
every group. We order like 1,000 for $2. So, but every group will get a light. The monsters do not like light. And if you walk into their scene and you shine a light at them, they will try to take your flashlight, and then you will be with no light.
Keep it.
Right, but Saturday night will be a blackout night. We do have a lot of requests for blackout nights, honestly, because if you have somebody that's prone to seizures or children that don't like the over-stimulating lights and stuff like that, blackout night is your night.
And that is huge, and I commend y'all for doing that, because that is great for the amount of people that's in the community who can't deal with strobes because of seizures and other activities, and that's great.
Right.
Scotty Ray, take your light, you'll blind them.
Right. Oh, yeah, no
They
doubt.
won't never see.
But now
nothing
look,
coming.
I know Scotty Ray. Now I know Odie's he's immune to monsters for the most part because he was one, might still be one. I don't know. But either way, I know Scotty Ray. You joined us last year, but you never went inside that.
Oh
building.
no, and I don't plan on going on this year either.
Look, he's scared of heights,
You know,
and we got him on the 11th floor of the 3-foot building. I think we can get him in if enough people push.
Maybe.
If we get in
Maybe.
front of you and behind you, and you're in the middle, I think
protect
you'll
you.
be okay.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Hey, look, we've got some little children that we could put with you and protect you.
Clint Eastwood. I remember back. Clint Eastwood had the line for this. A man has got to know his limitations.
That's right. No,
I know
right,
mine.
Right, right.
Odie.
But we do invite you out, and or everyone out, and Scotty Ray, I hope we see you out there.
I will be out.
Yeah.
So
I'll
come on.
just do it
Yeah,
in
come on.
proportions,
Yes,
so
sir.
to speak.
Absolutely.
We need a Bible verse to end this day. What do you got for us today, Odie?
We're gonna go to Psalms 59:16. But I will sing of thy glory, their power. Yea, I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the mornings, for thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. One thing we can be assured of, and that's God's love and God's power and God's caring for each one of us. And the best way to start a day is to keep Jesus in your heart, invite him into your life, and go to him with all of your needs, your wants, and your desires, because he can fulfill each one of our days. As long as we start off with him by asking him to come into our heart and forgive us our sins like we should do every single day. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Hump Day be here tomorrow. Friday's on its way. But don't worry, we'll be here with you. We love you. Have a safe day. We'll see you tomorrow.